Hello there. Today I'm going to be doing a quick overview and installation of my Dammer King M207 Intrusion body kit and lower. This is a kit for the Hammer 7 paintball marker. It uses die-dam magazines of any size or variety you want. To use them, it does require modification to the Hammer 7 body, and we'll get into that when we take it apart. This kit includes everything in tan that is shown and this black cocking handle. The kit will default in black, and retail will depend on whether you want the partial kit, which is no stock, or the full kit, which includes the stock. The caveat with the stock is that it requires the Typhon Tactical Straight ASA right now. This kit is a slip-over body over the Hammer 7 body, and that allows the mounting of this aluminum handguard and this carry handle. As pictured, this is shown with a 13 cubic inch tank and an 18-inch barrel. The kit will come with the Intrusion muzzle brake up here, which I can try and bring closer. It's a very simple brake, and it is threaded. You just have to mention whether you want imperial or metric muzzle threading. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and take this apart and show you the installation from a blank Hammer 7. So, all of the components separated. This is the Hammer 7 body. As you can see up here, it has been modified to allow a dam magazine to seat up to the breech. That's the silver cutaway portions right there. The kit is a body kit that allows the mounting of the handguard, and a lower kit that allows the feeding of the dam magazines. And the carry handle mounts to both. The body has to go on before the lower, and the bolt handle has to go on before the body. So we'll start with that. It has two set screws that attach it to the bolt. They have to be recessed all the way into the beam. And need to be able to move without too much resistance. Once they're in, the body kit, oh, and the hopper cover has to be removed. No hopper cover. Once it's on, the body kit goes on. And there are two screws. There may just be one in the final kit, so we'll do one. Go into the hopper screw. That should do it. And that just keeps the body nice and snug and in place on there. Next is going to be the lower, which just goes on with one screw. Oh, I should say, I have a 3D printed trigger in this because I only have one metal original trigger. The kit will not come with a trigger. You will need to put your own trigger and trigger pin and trigger spring from your regular lower. There is a spot for the safety. The safety is also not included. If you want a safety, you need to put it in from your kit, your original lower. Alright, this goes on, and one screw into the ASA at the rear. And then, different from my other Hammer 7 kits, this one will have a, until I can find a real one, a M7 homemade set screw. It'll be flathead. It's an M7 hex bolt, which I can find locally, that then I cut the head off of and put a flathead in. It's not the greatest solution, but I haven't found M7 set screws yet. That goes in, and that holds the front of the lower assembly on. Without the stock, you will need to put 2 set screws that are here and here into 2 holes that have been drilled under the body. With the stock, those mounting points are used for the stock itself. Alright, so next is the handguard. There are 6 holes on this, but you only need 3. The 3 closest to the body. There's only one way that the handguard goes on. The screws are not interspaced at 60 degrees. They're a unique spacing. I think I put the wrong screw in the back. Oh, sorry, that's carry handle screws. Alright, so I can't ship it with the handguard attached because of that M7 set screw that needs to go in. Unless I find a 13-inch flathead screwdriver. But it's fairly straightforward to install. Just these 3 screws. And then the carry handle is the carry handle mount is attached to the handguard with 2 screws. It is also split so that if you needed to take this off to, say, paint the handguard, you remove those 2 screws and then open it enough that it won't scratch your paint or whatever to slip it on and off. The carry handle mount and the bipod rail will both come attached, and they're just threaded holes into the handguard, easy to remove. The handguard itself attaches with 3 screws to the carry handle mount. 2 from one side, 1 from the other. And 1 screw to attach to the lower. And that is the basic kit assembled. I realized that was charged. Alright. The stock then is very straightforward and easy with that removed. The stock assembly is this U-bolt bit and 1 button with a small set screw in there. It goes into that recessed bit there. Okay. This just seats in. The stock is probably subject to change from this video. Probably not the mount too much. I'm trying to get a stanchy, super stanchy customs straight ASA that doesn't have the mounting screw I'm using, so that I can mount for that, and then I'll build the stock probably to mount to that and to the standard ASA. Once those 3 screws attach, the button goes in and pushes down, and then the stock slides in. It should lock right there. There is no run-out retention on the stock. If you push that button and pull too far past the locking point or points, it'll just come out. And the reason that there isn't a retention is that in order to screw a tank into the ASA, you have to remove the stock, thread the tank in, and then put this in. And that's because the gauges and fill point will get in the way otherwise. So that's assembly on the M207 Intrusion. So I do want to talk about the stock for a minute. As you may have just heard or heard in the previous piece, this little pin just fell out. This is the pin that holds the rod to the buttstock. This is probably the most likely part to change before I start selling the buttstock section. The rest of it is pretty much ready to go. I'm waiting on a new shipment of handguard aluminum and some modified breeches for a personal test. But the stock will probably change. This is an old design I reused that uses a Magpul stock plate. I now have the ability to print in flexible filament, and I will probably want to do that instead of having to locate and purchase the butt plates. In addition, I have attached a rail down here at the bottom for use as like a monopod mount. I may try and revise that somewhat. So that is the big Hammer 7 kit. Compact. The M207.